Hello there, I'm Garry Foster and welcome back to episode 24 of What Price Victory. In today's episode, we'll be looking at games against Macarthur Fc and Perth Glory in the A-League regular season. When we last left you, we just suffered a 2-1 defeat in the Big Blue Derby. Since then, we had a back-to-back games against Western United, who were at that time top of the A-League tree. And in the first game away, we had a 1-1 draw, which it was a good result. There's no doubt about that. But we didn't actually play terribly well. United, I think from memory, played us off the park in in most areas of the game. They shaved us in possession, but everything else seemed to be going their way. But while we're here, we just may as well watch the goal. We were Kemsoba, who's been on the edge of the selection, came in and got the equaliser for us. So really good interplay here, and I'm starting to lose a little bit of faith in Matthew Acton because I thought he should have done more. But here we are, Laurie Latanzio on the ball, through ball into Kemsoba, a youngster, and squeezes it in off the far post. So that was his first goal, I think, of the season. So rescuing a 1-1 draw there was quite impressive. But then in the home game against Western United, we basically played them off the park and we controlled the game really well. And it was only a late goal by Western United that actually got them back in the game. So Brimmer and Lawton got us the two early goals. It was perhaps a little bit disappointing that we couldn't go on with it. But Italiano on the ball, he pulls it across to Brimmer at the top of the D, and let's crack with a great shot that brought the crowd alive. And Nishikawa with the throw. Italiano knocks it on. Metcalf squares it up to Lawton, and again a well-placed shot. Western United weren't to be denied. They came at us late, and a nice little through ball got them back in the game. But we sort of surrounded the wagons, and we successfully defended for the final five minutes. During that week, I got advice through our scouting centre that Ryan Grant, he'd be well known to Australian A-League fans, was released by Sydney FC. So I put in a cheeky bid for him, even though it was a free transfer. I wasn't expecting him to come to Melbourne Victory because we're, as you know, considered fierce rivals of Sydney FC. So it was kind of like Harry Kane going from Tottenham to Arsenal. But he signed for us, and as the football gods, put in these little twists and turns, he actually made his debut for Melbourne Victory against his old team, Sydney FC. And as you can see down there at right back, he acquitted himself quite well. He also took a free kick which rattled the crossbar, so it would have been quite ironic if he had have scored. But it was a 2-0 win, and everyone played exceptionally well. So we've got Lawton, who's been in some goal-scoring form of late. So Markovic comes over, and Lawton goes over by the far post and taps it in. Nobody picked him up. In the dying minutes, Acton pumped the ball upfield, fell to Lawton, nice little return ball to Laurie Latanzio, and he knocked it in. So that was quite an impressive way to reclaim our top spot in the Big Blue Derby. Right now, we'll go off and we're away to Macarthur Fc. Okay, so here we are for the game against Macarthur Fc. The team that I'm sending out is relatively unchanged from the previous week, where we've got Acton in goal, Markovic, Ansel, Baghuliu and Ryan Grant, our new signing. Got Teague, Metcalf and Barnett in midfield. Lawton and Italiano are out wide, and Louis Laurie Latanzio is up front. Let's trying to get Marko Brukic into the game. He's going to be my regular striker, although he has played some good games as wide attacking on the right. But Lawton at the moment, you can see there that he's actually scored 6 goals in just over 8 appearances, 8 starts, and 2 a sub. So he's in a rare bit of form. Jacob Italiano, who I've maligned a little bit in the past, is actually now in a good run of form. So I'm happy to keep him on board. And yeah, so let's go and play Macarthur. I want you to pick up where they left off last time, because they're actually starting to play quite well. Thought I'd reset those from the previous game, but I hadn't, so apologies for the tinkering. So, okay, Tommy Orr on the ball, Macarthur, clear, what? No, surely not. I thought the defender stood his ground. I'm going to get VAR'd here. No penalty, thank you very much. So, how are we going to restart? Restart with a highlight. Okay, dodged a bullet there. Although that is the benefit of VAR, I guess. So Grant with the throw. Baghuliu. Hopeful ball up. Lawton beaten for the ball. Oh, searching ball through to Orr again. Takes it into the corner but pulls it back. Macarthur, oh, crack. I was just about to say, I think Macarthur seemed to have a lot of spare players at the edge of the box. Okay, so maybe we didn't track back, although we've got 4 white shirts there. Not really quite sure who they were marking. Goodness, good shot, but I do get frustrated when people are left like that at the edge of the box, or in the box. So, we need to tell them to fire up and wakey wakey. So, Italiano with the corner, swings across, Italiano gets another chance, and Ryan Teague with a with a header where he was unmarked in the penalty area, although to be fair he did start his run from deep, I think, didn't he? Okay, Italiano with the corner, cleared back to him. I think Teague's up there. Where's Teague coming from? Maybe not. Okay, so 1-1 on the leaderboard. So Macarthur playing similar formation to us. Here we are with Markovic to Italiano. Ball gets roosted upfield. I'm looking for young Markovic to make his mark this year. He can play left or right, but with Ryan Grant coming into the starting lineup pretty much straight away, it'll be up to Markovic and Nishikawa as the two youngsters to push Traore for the left back position. So here we have Italiano, another one of our youngsters on the ball, and I think that was always going wide. Italiano rating quite well again, so it'd be nice to think that he might be starting to live up to all his hype and promise when I signed him last season. Now that I've told them to fire up, I just might give them a little bit of encouragement. So, Grant on the ball, Barnett searching cross, doesn't really find anyone, but ooh, bit of a back pass. Federici up the field to Markovic, who's got a number of options. Markovic again, more options. And so maybe they can continue coming wide to the right. Oh yes, but they just appear to be taking their time. But that ball, oh, Lawton made something out of nothing there, well done. And then he made nothing out of something, apart from a goal kick. Okay, so 5 before half time. Barnett again back to Teague, our goal scorer. Okay, nice little triangle, guys. You're working the space. Metcalf nods it on to Laurie Latenzio, who's come through the middle. Can he finish? Yes, he does. Emphatic. Laurie Latenzio doesn't always put those away, but that was a good finish. Nice little nod on by Metcalf, who is also turning out to be quite a good signing for us. Nice little nod. Laurie Latenzio on the move. Yeah, the Macarthur centre-backs were quite static there, weren't they? So 2-1 up just on the stroke of half-time. Got Italiano on the ball. Back to Markovic, who comes in with Lawton. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Now Lawton, from the right, he's now our number 1 goal scorer. Gastide's out for some time, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we don't appear to be missing him. So Lawton comes in. Yeah, nice finish. So that will no doubt buckle the players up. Italiano on the ball again. Oh yes, Italiano gets past his man. Floated cross to Lawton again, and just wide. Okay. Well, after what I thought was a relatively slow start to the game, where we fell behind for a goal on 10 minutes, we've actually finished that half quite strongly, as you can see by the XG. So in the dressing room, I think it's going to be quite a happy dressing room. We'll give them all a cuddle, and I'm very happy. I'm not really quite sure what the difference between very happy and delighted is. I mean, delighted's probably a little bit more. Let's just say we're very happy. Rather be 3-1 up than 3-1 down at half time. Okay, so they've all come out and they're all inspired, which is nice to see. So it's going to come down to fitness levels during the second half, where I think Teague as a DM, he might be one of the first to come off. I do have options on the bench for a DM, but I'm toying with the idea of playing a flat 3 midfield. Tommy Orr has been pushed back. It's a wing back. I thought he was a winger. Okay, so crack. Okay. Macarthur have just let us know that they're not going to lie down too easy. So the throw, ball across the box, and Retry with a goal from 30 metres out, maybe 25. Okay, so we just need to let them know we do want more. So, Orr on the ball, come on, okay. No cause for alarm just yet. So, Acton distributing, what's he going to do? Pump it upfield. Who's going to run onto that? Laurie Latanzio. Okay, skins his player and stings the keeper's hands. Federici. Some English viewers might recall his exploits, I think, for Reading. So, Macarthur on the break. Ooh, Grant, who's known to put in a tackle or two. Okay, just a yellow. That far out from goal, it should have been a yellow. Was a fair result. Tommy Orr on the ball. Retry again. Is he going to let one fly? He does, but he can't keep it down. Okay. So might be time for subs now. Teague. Looking at Broxham to come on. And then probably Barnett may be the next. Barnett not playing well after his booking in the first half. We'll just see how we go. Maybe squeeze up to 80 odd minutes. Okay, yeah, so Barnett, he's falling not only in fitness but in ratings. So, ooh. Brimmer or Curda. Brimmer, he's a little bit more experienced. Curda's another one of our youngsters. Now Lawton. I can do something about Lawton as well. Something about Lawton and Italiano. So, okay. Brickle Cruz. I might bring Cruz on for a cameo. See how he can go for 5+ time added on. If I tell them to focus, Brother Barry thinks that's a call that gives them a little bit of confusion and they don't like it. So we'll just see how we go. I mean, if you're 3-2 up going into time added on, you'd want them to focus a little bit. And what I also might do is start the time wasting, play for set pieces, and just be more disciplined. Cruz on the ball, searching ball over to Italiano, drives into the box and cracks it against the post. Okay. Oh, Matt Derbyshire's come on, he's a dangerous player. Our defenders, Culio and Grant, 6.5. quite sure why that would be. Grant, maybe because of the booking? Yes, they're all overwhelmed by the feedback when I told them to focus. I threw it on a camera shoot. I think I was talking about f-stops. Okay. 3-2 to the good guys. XG would suggest we did it reasonably comfortably, although that's not the case. A little bit surprised about how our two defenders on the right side played that poorly. But anyway, 3-2. So we can go to the dressing room, and I think we can come say that was a good win. As I've said before, 3 points is 3 points. Okay, so this is the team that's been selected to take on Perth Glory. Only the one change from the last game against Macarthur, and it's a tactical kind of change, I guess. But anyway, we'll come to that shortly. So, familiar defensive lineup with Acton in goal, Markovic, Ansell, Bagulio and Grant in defence, Teague, Barnett and Metcalf in the midfield, Lawton and Italiano our wide attacking players, and I brought in Burkic as our striker, and I'm putting Laurie Latanzio on the bench. No real reason except I wanted to give Burkic a bit of a run, and I think he might be able to help us out. So let's go now and play Perth. Okay, so we'll submit the team. Might give Ryan Grant a rest this time because I've rushed him into the team. He's played well for us, but outstretched arms, media, Brother Barry and his media call. Didn't work. Okay, so Markovic with the ball to Italiano. Metcalf. Oh, Lawton on the far post. Well done. Lawton continues his goal-scoring form. So, out-jumped his opponent on the far post. So, well done. I think it was it Metcalf who found him? Italiano, little ball into Metcalf. Metcalf, dinky little cross, and Lawton. Well done. So, okay, good start. Good start. Early goal always sets you up well, so we won't give them any praise just yet. Okay, now we just might give them a little bit of encouragement. They're frustrated. I don't understand. Should I praise them, perhaps? You're only 1-0. And lots of things can happen. Okay. Midfield playing well. Yeah, no one's playing poorly, which is good, but it'd just be nice if there was a highlight, considering we'd have 5 shots and 3 on target. Be nice to talk about a couple of them. Okay, Teague, he's gone off the boil, so Glory with a throw. Oh, cut out by Italiano. Good play. Long ball. First time onto Burkic. Can he get there first? Yes, he does, and he does finish. Well done. Okay, keeper caught in no man's land. Keeper caught in no man's land for that. So, Glory gave the ball away in very poor position. It was cut out by Italiano. Then Italiano, basically with the first time roost. And Burkic, nice finish. Nice finish. Now can I drop a bit of praise on you guys without getting upset? Now you're delighted. Well done. And Grant with the ball. Grant and Lawton. Grant launches it in, but Burkick. Oh! Italiano AR's got his flag up. They're going to get VAR'd. It's not going to be much in it. Ah. Okay, we'll see it anyway. So Lawton with the ball. Grant launches it in. Oh, yeah. Maybe. That's okay. That was a pretty strong finish to the half. There was the early goal, of course, and then nothing for about half an hour of game time. You can encourage. You played well, but there's still room for improvement. So I don't like to give them the complacency talk, because they all tend to tense up. Just see, I'll be looking at probably replacing Ryan Grant on the hour. Teague's gone off the boil a bit. Broxham is usually my go-to. Yeah, Broxham is usually my go-to guy. See what happens after this highlight. So Teague, the man in question, is on the ball. Can he deliver a... Oh yes, good little ball to Italiano. Can he finish? And he gets it in by the far post. Okay, that's a good combination. So Teague, your ratings now should probably go up with that good phase of play. Now Teague gets the ball. I thought he could have actually delivered the ball himself rather than playing it to Burkick, and Italiano just kept on running. Okay. Another highlight. Let's just pause and we'll just have a look here. Yeah, Broxham's my go-to guy. If I bring Brimmer on for Teague, and just go to tactics, just put Brimmer up into a flat 3 midfield. Is he my deep-lying playmaker? He can be. And Metcalf. He will keep those roles the same. Yeah. So Acton playing the ball out to Teague, who's no longer there. I'm sure that'll reset itself shortly. Ooh, a little bit of interplay there. Could have been cut open. Come on, put the ball out of play so that interchange can, or substitution can take place. McGowan on the ball. Ah. Okay. Acrobatic, but there was 3 players all around him, including the goalkeeper. It was the edge of the 6-yard box, or in the 6-yard box, so that should have been keeper's ball. Look at that. 3 blue shirts and a goalkeeper, and you don't want to challenge a guy in your 6-yard box. Burkick on the ball. Return ball to Italiano. Can he get there in front of his defender? Yes, he can. It's tackled. What? He got the ball, didn't he? No penalty. Hey, blind Freddy could have told you that. Okay, so a couple of VAR decisions. Which I don't think they needed the VAR to intervene, but anyway, they did. So, okay. Anyone playing poorly, not as such, so it comes down to fitness. Lawton and Italiano. I'm more inclined to witness Lawton. Give them some praise. See all the green smarties. Yeah, well done. Okay, so Acton with a goal kick. Ansell. Acton roosts it upfield. Kemsoba, one of our young internationals. Poor ball in though. Not read by Burkick. Not read by anyone except Kemsoba. Okay. Clearance upfield. Burkick on the ball, holds it up and gives the ball away. So immediately we're under the pump. And our defence that was on the pushing up has been caught out. It seemed to be a little bit more composed now. De Villa. Ingham. Shot out of nowhere. I think it could have done a little bit better than that, but that's okay, and I'd really like that to be the last highlight. Thank you very much. Okay, so 3-1 to the good guys, a solid home win. XG sort of shows that we kept Perth at bay for most of the game, but they did come back strongly. We'll give them a cuddle. The result and performance. Okay, so that equal top with Western United. Perth, struggling a little bit in 7th, but it's still early days in the comp, and they still do have games in hand. Okay, so that was 2 good wins for us against Macarthur and Perth Glory. As I said, with this confusion over the FFA Cup final, I'll come back, I'll play the Brisbane Roar game offline, and I'll play the Western United FFA Cup semi-final. Now, obviously if we get knocked out, it'll be a standalone game, and then we've got some decisions to make then for this mid-season break. We'll probably come back for the opening round against Western Sydney Wanderers. So, I'm Garry Foster. Thank you very much for watching What Price Victory, and we'll catch up with you shortly. Bye for now.